Hi, everyone. This is Jonah Andersson. I'm live today. I just got off work, actually. It's around 6 p.m. here, my time, and I'm streaming live from my home office because I want to reach out all the audience in all time zones in Europe and also the US. So good evening, good morning to everyone. I'm glad to be here. I'm sorry I'm a few minutes late. I had to do some tech check, but I am doing a session today about AI assisted cloud management using Microsoft Copilot for Azure. And this is my community contribution for Microsoft Learn initiative for AI Skills Challenge. And as one of the learning experts, it's a privilege to do two sessions this month. This first session is about Microsoft Copilot for Azure, and I have another one coming up at the end of October. So let me see. Please bear with me because I'm doing the organizing behind the scenes on this live stream. At the same time, I'm also presenting as a speakers. But feel free to add comments in the live chat if you have want to say hi, you got questions as I share this session as well. So I hope in the next uh, 1 hour is the goal, but maybe it will be shorter depending on how much we will learn today for related to Microsoft Copilot for Azure. So let me just go ahead and change the screen here. So to those of you joining me today, I want to be like very honest and straightforward that this is my first time I am presenting Microsoft Copilot for Azure topic. It is a very new technology that is still in preview, and I am sharing this knowledge based on what I know, based on my research, and based on the use of Microsoft Copilot preview right now. So, as I said, it's still in preview, as you can see here, and I did create my presentation to have this like Microsoft Copilot with a heart in it, and it's integrated in the heart of the cloud platform Microsoft Azure, which is one of the platform that I work with every day, and I'm passionate to share about. So today, briefly, probably in the next 30 to 40 minutes, because my voice is still recovering from flu and some colds. So I will be sharing briefly technical overview or non-technical concepts of overview about what is Microsoft Copilot for Microsoft Azure, what it is, what it is for, why do you want to use it or utilize it, who is it for, who are the people in tech or IT that are using Azure or are like recommended to use it, and how you would utilize the tool as an AI assisted tool for cloud management. So before we start, some of you that are watching the stream, I'm streaming on LinkedIn, on Twitter or X, and also my YouTube channel. Three channels right now. Some of you probably knows me. If you're watching this, then you know who I am. But if you're new watching this from the Microsoft Learn community or from our learning rooms, cloud certifications crew, I'm Jonah Andersson. I am very active in the community as someone who inspires tech to others by sharing about what I do, mostly about cloud development on Azure as well. I work as a senior Azure consultant as my day job. I'm a developer by heart. I work also with cloud development, infrastructure, and also DevOps with my team. I am the author of Learning Microsoft Azure and the founder of Azure User Group Sweden community that I built, and active in everything that you can see on this profile. So that's briefly about me, just to an introduction. So to those of you that have not seen this yet on Microsoft Learn, there is actually a Microsoft Learn AI challenge going on from September 24th. It already started until November 1st. So we're still in the middle of the Learn AI Skills Challenge. So uh, if you have not started or taken any of the skills in this challenge, feel free to scan the QR code that I've shared here, because it is an opportunity from Microsoft Learn for you to build your skills in AI in different categories. So, in this category, for example, you will be able to build Azure AI competence in terms of like building AI solutions. Currently, I'm taking one of the challenges. I'm not done yet, but I am taking the challenge of building intelligent apps with Microsoft Azure, since I'm into cloud development. But if you're someone, a learner that want to learn something non-development related type, like learning how to build with Azure AI and document intelligence, or if you want to learn about Copilot Studio, Fabric, and also build your skills in securing data with AI, you can also like choose the skills that's appropriate to you. So the skills itself, by the way, AI Skills Challenge will give you an opportunity to learn with the community, but at the same time, it will also provide you like a they're gonna be a badge that you completed that you can share on your social media, including LinkedIn. So, what is Copilot for Azure? So what it is. So I did this presentation today in between my breaks at work. So I just like an ad hoc presentation preparation. But Microsoft Copilot for Azure, as you can see, we hear or we use a lot Microsoft Copilot in most of the Microsoft tools that are built with AI. So I use Copilot every day for like an assistant when I want to research something. But this time, when I saw that Microsoft Copilot is also available in Azure, I wanted to try it for when it came out as a preview. So I got access. And what it is a tool for Azure that is designed for us users or cloud Azure admins or managers of management, someone managing Azure resources, to utilize it in terms of like managing resources in Azure, and even building infrastructure with Azure and improving how you work with the platform itself. So if you're someone that's like very new in Azure and you got a role of being a cloud admin, not not being able to know the tools and how to navigate the Azure portal, it can be a challenge. And with the help of Microsoft Copilot in Azure, it makes your work within the platform easy, of course. And by the way, this description that I just posted on this, like on the screen, is actually answered by Copilot itself, which is the tool that is built in inside the heart of the cloud platform Azure. So I was curious about how Copilot for Azure is built in inside the architecture or infrastructure of Azure itself as a platform. And then it was interesting because uh, it actually has like just like cloud development, or when you're building something. I'm a developer, so I know there's like front end, back end integration, APIs, and endpoints that you need to talk to. I also learned also that I'm sharing with you right now that behind Copilot in Azure, there is an architecture and layers of tools behind the scenes. So if you notice, I have divided the sections. This is this image is from a Microsoft Tech blog when it was announced a few months ago. So you can read the blog later on. I'll share the link. But the architecture of Copilot in Azure is built in three layers or components. So there's this Copilot front end, and then there's the orchestration layer, which we can consider in cloud development as the backend. And then there's also kind of like the integration, which is the AI infrastructure integrated within the platform. And it uses, of course, Azure OpenAI in that. And in these three components, you will see that inside the front end, for example, it has the extensions. That has the handlers for the forms, the command for the CLI, the shell as well, and then the context of the services, some adaptive cards. So when you open the Copilot for Azure, you will have this like a chat bar, just like ChatGPT, and then you have the adaptive cards inside it where you can talk to it and like in your natural language because it uses LLM. And then, yeah, as you see, it's a chat UI or UX. And then the orchestration is what's happening behind the scenes in terms of the response for the prompts, how it filters it based on responsive AI, the plugins that are integrated between the orchestration part from the front end to this is the plugin has a plugin for the Azure compute resources, for example. It has an integration for like KQL query when you do the resource graph management and query it using KQL. The cost management tool, the Docs and Learn, that is integrated with Microsoft Learn. And then also the AI infrastructure. So it's interesting to see the overview of these components. And if you have not seen it before, it's good to know. I'm someone that doesn't. I mean, that just don't. I mean, that I enjoy building things in small, but I also want to see the bigger perspective of that small thing or functionality that I'm building. So architecture wise, this is good to see in the big picture. And then we zoom in inside. So this is like three components, right? So the third component is the AI infrastructure. And as we know, Microsoft Azure and OpenAI have merged and synergized together to build a lot of AI tools inside the Microsoft products. And inside the AI infrastructure, you actually have a lot of things going on as well when it comes to how the data is flowing. So, for example, me as an Azure admin, which is also considered an Azure user, when I type a prompt or if I want to do something that the AI or Copilot understand at least, it does a lot of things. So actually, as you can see in this illustration example that I also borrowed from the Microsoft blog, you will see that it has 7 steps inside it. So when you type something, it will try to get the context that you typed in the Azure portal. And that context data can be in different ways on the Azure portal, like from the chat as well. And then number two here is the prompt and the questions that you have, which is actually filtered with AI, Azure AI content filtering feature inside it. So uh, when you type something that is not relevant or that is not yet capable of Copilot in Azure, it will respond to you also honestly. Like for example, if you're gonna ask about non-Azure related question like why is my dog a labradoodle, or why is my cake blue, then it won't answer you that question. It is irrelevant. So it has this prompt and response filtering, and that is part of the orchestration. And then number three, depending on the prompt, if it's good, and it's part of the capability of Copilot in Azure, it will call the plugin that is probably like kind of associated with your prompt. And then, if it's related to, for example, the feature of learning more about Azure resources and what it does, it will connect to the right plugin, let's just say Docs and Learns for Microsoft Learn, like database. And it's going to go through, tell you, for example, if you want to ask, what is an app service? what is an open AI, or what is Azure API management. So it will call the appropriate plugin that is ideal for you. And then four is that it's gonna access the data and the user context that it needs. So if it's something like, for example, if it's you're trying to get an information for an Azure resource that is probably not open for you to read or maybe edit or update, like the Azure RBAC control. If you're not capable of that, then you will get a response that that you won't be able to do those changes if it's related to changes. However, if it's just reading information that you have access to, like a read access to that resource, then it will kind of validate that using Azure Graph. If you're doing a query, it's going to do the KQL, and then it's gonna do the number seven, which is the last step, which is to give you the response. But depending on what you're trying to do, let's just say you're trying to deploy something and it needs, or Copilot in Azure needs to know in which resource group or which Azure subscription do you want to deploy it to, then it's gonna like kind of interact with you that way, as a conversation, as you're having a conversation with your friend, as you try to accomplish what you're using the tool for. So that's it. But we there is this question. I think I double is it here in my sorry about that. But what a question that came up in my mind that more probably is also relevant to you is it secure, or is it secure to use Copilot in Azure? And my answer, based on my research, is yes. Maybe there are still like gaps in it because it's still a preview, but what I found out so far, based on what I know and based on the research, is that it follows the response Microsoft's like policy and framework for responsible use of AI. It has technical safety like controls in terms of like um, the AI models. So it has like a check and controls in that. It uses Azure Graph. It is integrated with Microsoft Intra ID, which we know is one of the authentication like protocols and very powerful identity protection and management within Azure and other Microsoft products. It won't let you do things that you don't have access for. Even like even if you ask Copilot, hey, I want to elevate my access. Let's just say you're a reader and you want to escalate yourself to be a contributor or an admin because you want to do things for hands-on or just for learning for fun, but you can't do that actually because you need to have that permissions that is currently set for you. So probably if you have limitations in your access and you want to do something beyond your permissions, you would probably need to your global admins or administrator or owners of your Azure environment. And then one thing I want to highlight is that it will ask you to verify. Let me see. I have a someone that said hi. Hello, Jose. Sorry, I just like saw the messages. Like, yes, thank you. That's good. Thank you, Jose. I'm glad that some that are watching are saying hi. That's good. Okay, so moving forward, so it will remind you to always verify. Not just verify what you're doing in each of the steps that you do with Copilot in Azure, but also verify its response. So when I use it personally in my own use, either in my personal Azure for some demos or for my own mini projects or even at work, I have to verify if its response makes sense. So we have the responsibility as well as the user of this tool, AI tool within the platform to always verify if its response that it's recommending us and guiding us is true. But in my perspective, it's very useful in terms of guiding you and assisting you, just like having a GitHub Copilot when you're doing programming and you need an AI programmer or pair programmer to assist you. And then one thing that I added to X here is that it will not make changes automatically on your Azure environments without your knowledge or permission. As I said in the point number three here, no access. If you don't have access to do things, it won't let you do that. And in terms of restrictions and permissions, the global administrator or someone on top of you that administrate everything within your infrastructure on Azure will be able to take control if you certain groups or you or anybody on the team has specific access for the tenants that is allowed. So you administrator can take control of this as well in the top level, but regardless, it will not Copilot for Azure will not make changes without your knowledge. As I said, it goes back to always verifying and using it responsibly. I have like friends saying hi from LinkedIn. Adisola, I hope I pronounced. Adisola, nice to see you here. We met last time at in Budapest. It's great. Thank you for joining. Okay, so why use Copilot for on Azure? So, as I said, it provides you efficiency in terms of working with cloud management. It gives you some kind of intelligent insight within your Azure resources. So, I've worked with Azure for many years in my line of work in both in cloud development and cloud infrastructure management, and getting these intelligent insights within the platform itself with the help of AI, in my perspective, makes me work effectively and quicker because I don't need to think about. I just need. I just need to learn how to prompt and communicate with it effectively in a way that it understands. Just like when we're communicating with to a friend, and we wanna like get and I mean we want help for something, and your friend won't be able to help you if you don't explain clearly what you want. So what I notice is that when you get to learn how to use this AI tool within the platform, it will be useful in the way you how you work effectively. You will get insights based on what it knows in the intelligence within the platform for your resources. Easy to use, and it has a built-in security inside it already, aside from the compliance as well. And you can customize how you communicate or use Copilot depending on what you need and the information that you list out and associate with it. So let's see. So this is one of the reasons. So you can use to design, operate, optimize, and also do troubleshooting within Azure. So you can build infrastructure with it using Azure CLI and Cloud Shell. You can ask it to do guided deployments if you want. You just need to be specific on what you want, of course. So you have to ask it, and you get what you want, or you need help at least, and then it will answer you questions in terms of you're not sure about. So one of the things I use Copilot sometimes is the use of what are the CLI commands in building things, creating an app service, building a virtual machine. How do I update it, or how do I reference it to a key vault? Then Azure Copilot can use that based on the documented resources and commands that are widely used or generally used for the platform itself. It can also help you with cost management and optimization of your applications or resources within Azure, and it provides recommendation and even troubleshooting for like errors that you're getting on your apps or function apps, like if you need help in analyzing them. So it is perfect. So aside from that, it is not Copilot is not just limited to the platform itself. It can also help us. For example, if you have things or workloads or resources that are also integrated hybrid from Azure to servers on premise, and if they are Azure Arc enabled, so they you're using Azure Arc for this like on-prem cloud connected servers like database or for web servers, you can actually also use Copilot for that. And how you can do that, there's some documentation about it, but not so much yet because, as I said, it's still on preview. But there is one example already that you can do with Copilot. In this QR code, it says how you can create your Azure Stack HCI clusters. So Copilot, using the quick deployment guide and the template that's already available, it will allow you to create that clusters quickly instead of like taking so much time to do it manually based on what you know in your head. At least this one, you can get started with it even if it's your first time. So who are the Copilot for Azure in Azure is good for? It's actually ideal for, I think, I mean, in my perspective, for everybody that's using Azure, especially this list of careers or roles that you see right now. So the IT ops, the DevOps or platform engineers working with Azure, those that are doing with IoT, those that are doing GitHubs, or even FinOps for cost management. SecOps for security, those that are taking care of the security, and even data management or data ops that uses Fabric. And then it's not just for those like all the ops or those that are administrator, quote unquote, because all administrator, all the ops that you see there are actually by heart. I've been goes through the entire cloud development cycle, and I myself is one of them. But it is also a tool for cloud engineers or developers that are like developing for the platform itself. So you can use it as your like AI assistant or tool. Usually, I'm one of the cloud admins at work in my job, and usually, if in a team of developers, you get contributor access to manage resources within the dev environment, for example. So you can also use, if it's allowed and enabled in your team, in your organization, you should be able to use Copilot in Azure in terms of building infrastructure and communicating with the resources that you're building for with your development. So these are the things that you can do as a developer. So you can do code generation using Azure CLI with the PowerShell. You can ask Copilot to help you build Terraform scripts for some deployments. Azure resource management, like managing resources, creation, updating, or adding integration. You can do that. Query those resources is something you can do as well with KQL language and the tool built in, and some troubleshooting for your Azure resources. And most of the time, it's going to be troubleshooting why an API call is taking long, or for example, an app HTTP request is giving a lot of 404 errors, and you want to find out what happened there. So with the integrated resources that is supported by Copilot for now, you will be able to do that. So how do you get started? Of course, you need to have access. Currently, it's in public preview. Uh, Depending on your work or organization or tenant, probably you already have it. I have it in my personal account. I got access, and I also have it at work. But I'm not sure what's their policy in using it. So I have not worked with it a lot, but you need to have access, of course, and you need to have the right permissions to manage the resources, depending on your role and what you're going to do or use Copilot for. So it has this control that not anybody that's talking to Copilot within the infrastructure can just do what they want or play with it. So you need to have the right permissions and the right authentication, of course. So if you're not able to log in on Azure, then you don't have the rights to do these things or use Copilot at all. But you need to have these things. You have to have access, permissions, and one of the things that I think is very useful is learning how to talk to AI the right way. And that includes writing effective prompts or questions to it. So Microsoft Learn has another, like if you research about how to write effective prompt engineering or how to write a good question or ask a good question, that is a good thing. I recommend learning AI through this AI skills challenge and taking Microsoft certifications related to it. So I just recently took one, fundamentals, and I'm aiming to learn more as well. So use cases, what can you do with it? What are its current capabilities? So there are actually some, as you can see listed here. It allows you to understand your Azure resources, write and optimize your code, work smarter with Azure services. So I did put a heart three, top three there. It allows you to be friends and learn with Azure. It allows you to code better with the cloud, of course, and work smarter in Azure. So, what can you do? For example, as you can see, ARM queries, Azure Resource Graph queries. You will be able to understand the health and statuses of your resources, cost optimization, query Copilot if there are resources in your cloud infrastructure that has security or compliance risk. So you can also ask that. You can generate Azure CLI script, PowerShell script, and many more, even building resources as well. And then one of the things that I believe it's very useful in my perspective is cost management. So there's already an Azure cost management tool within Azure. Like you can get cost alerts, you can monitor and see graph how much cost group of resources is costing you every month. But with the use of AI or Copilot, it will be better in a way that it will tell you intelligently or smartly in an intelligent way with its like built-in AI inside it. What are uh, the the resources that are like costing a lot, and it's gonna recommend you what are the resources or type of tier that should have been ideal for you. Like for example, choosing the right VM size or choosing the right VM. If you're just a beginner, just getting started, or an admin who got the responsibility to just build an Azure virtual machine, and you want to know what is the right VM size for us for our project, and it kind of like it will help you about it as well in terms of using the best possible VM that is efficient and resilient, specific to your use case. And as I said, it always goes back to like talking to it effectively with a good prompt and what you want it to do and help you with. And there are limitations. As I said, it is currently in public preview. We don't know yet. It's not official yet when it will be in general availability, but it's still currently in preview, which means that not all capabilities are available as you want. Not all Azure resources are integrated with it yet, and it depends on it. The tool itself, Copilot on Azure or in Azure, depends on AI models that are integrated with it. Which means, if you know, I mean, regardless of whatever tool it is, AI models can be are I mean, not all of the data are probably true, so they can be not perfect as well. So if you get errors that doesn't make sense or response that doesn't make sense, you have to put your human hat to do the judgment as well in what you do with this tool. As I said, I always say tool because I consider Copilot as like an AI assistant and tool for us to improve how we work within this platform. And be mindful of other limitations it has for now, especially if you're using the preview version. And keep watch of what's new inside for this tool. Earlier, while I was testing the Copilot, I got some expected like errors. So from time to time, when you talk to it, there might be errors. So one example is that I asked Copilot, show me the details of a specific Azure SQL database. And my questions probably should have been better, I think. But I did ask another good question or prompt. It gave me another error. So probably there was something wrong with this, with the tool. So which means that expect some errors sometimes. It's either you get an error because you wrote your prompt incorrectly, or it could have been better, or there's probably issues going on, or it's not part of the current capabilities of the tool yet. So, what I recommend when it comes to like any feedback, including Copilot for Azure, you can make use of the feedback that Azure.com website is actually open to everybody, to the community, to leave feedback in all Azure products or Microsoft products. So feel free to leave your feedback, or if you don't want to do that, you can actually leave a feedback directly on the Microsoft platform. So in my case, if you notice, I put in a thumbs down in there. So that's are the limitations of Copilot for Azure. And then let me see if I can show you. I have like 15 minutes. If I can show you at least how it works. See, Copilot in action. Did I? Okay, let me. I did switch computer. Let me see if I can find my Azure portal. Wait. Okay. So this is my Azure. Yes, yes. Okay. It's my Azure. Yes. Let me just refresh just to make sure I'm not logged out. So this is like my Azure personal account. I use it a lot for my demos and mini projects. So this is how it looks. On if you have it enabled for your tenant, you get this icon, pretty icon that says Copilot. I like the colors of Copilot here, and it says preview. So here, it will give you already recommendations on what you can do with it based on the four types or categories. So you can design, operate, optimize, benefits. What are the benefits of like Azure Monitor if you want to optimize and do it? And then troubleshoot. Like for example, is there an ongoing outage affecting my services? So when you're not sure what to ask, it's kind of like give you like suggestions. What is probably the prompt that you want to ask as an Azure administrator? So usually I notice in my preview version, I can only do like 15 requests in a certain time frame. I think it's 24 hours, but it's gonna think, and it is saying, so I did ask, is there any outage affecting my services right now? So it says that there are no current outages impacting your subscription, and I know that it's true because if I had, then I would be getting like an Azure alert, health alert, that there's an ongoing outage affecting my like resources here. And another way that I can talk to Azure is actually, let me see if I did prepare a question. Let me see. Another way is, let's just say, maybe not something I can do for long. You can also ask like info on Azure, just as like, I wanna write, like, let's see, I want to write a query that finds all changes for the last 7 days is one example query. And this one gave me an error just like earlier. Maybe I'm not allowed to do that, or it's not part of the feature yet. But I can also ask it, I want to deploy a Linux virtual machine on Azure infrastructure. And that failed as well. I think I need to refresh. Wait, let's see. Right, it's thinking. Let me. Did I right? I think my Copilot is not giving me error right now. That's why I was prepared. Actually, I knew it will give me. I need to refresh, and it will give me some kind of timeout error. But anyway, I did actually prepare because I know guided deployment can actually take time. So here's what I did earlier. I'm prepared. So let's just say you want to check outdated runtime apps. So what you can do, it's gonna say like, "Hey, I want you to display. I want to know, or I want display. I want a list of apps that are running in like outdated runtime." So what it does is that based on the selected subscription that I have, it's gonna provide me some kind of like Azure resource graph query in the KQL format, and it's gonna either you copy it and then you go to the KQL query where you run it on the Explorer, or you can run it. So it will open the Graph Explorer automatically and it will run it for you. And then you kind of like work with it side by side, just like when you're doing GitHub for Copilot, when you're coding, you kind of chat with it and then you work, chat, and then you work with it. So yes. Oh, I got a question, a comment from Jose that it's normal. You get an error sometimes. Yes, it's still a preview, so I understood that I have to prepare this screenshot, Jose. So another example that I tried earlier before this talk is create. You can also create a chat boot using Azure AI. So you can talk to it. I want to use, or I want to build something. So let's just say I want to use Azure OpenAI to build a chatbot, and then it's gonna give you a recommendation if there's a template available for it, or if you're specific what kind of language you're building, then it's gonna provide you what is necessary, of course. And then this one is another query that I did earlier. It's like, can you list down the Azure SQL databases I have that need some updates? So it does provide some queries that you can run directly. So when you click run, it opens the Azure Resource Graph Explorer. Or if you want to do it yourself, you can also copy and paste. And then it is very smart to kind of detect what are the possible next steps that you want to do. Like, for example, I did ask about SQL databases in my Azure. account. So it's kind of like give you the top three recommended possible next follow up questions that or prompt that you can also work with as you continue talking to Copilot. Another guide, one thing that I think is also good and also efficient in terms of saving time in infrastructure deployment or building resources on Azure is, aside from the Terraform scripts and other CLI commands, is also building applications. So currently, there are only a few capabilities provided, but one of the guided deployments supported is the deployment of LAMP stack using WordPress on a virtual machine. So it has this guided deployment. There's a guide for that on Microsoft Learn where you can create one. It will ask you for a subscription. So this is where you really see the collaboration between you, someone using the Azure for deployment of a resource, and Copilot, the AI, in building things together. So it's like an assistant, and it will ask you, build this for me, but it will also verify where do you want to deploy it and what resource group, what's the name of this resources and what you want. So usually, as I said, it won't deploy something or do something unless you know or you confirm. So for guided deployments, it will give you, it will ask you required parameters, and then will let you deploy it to the selected environment. So that's it. Actually, I think I'm also good in good hours. 10 minutes before time. I thought I would not survive talking almost an hour because of my voice, but I'm glad, and I'm glad some friends are also watching me live today. This is recorded. It will be shared also later. But I have a next session that I'm gonna collaborate with one of my friends in the MVP community, also my co-leader at Azure User Group Sweden, Håkan Silvernagel. He is a senior Azure AI architect and also MVP and MCT will be joining me in my next session. And we're going to be talking about study tips and exam for preparing for AI 900 certifications and probably the AI engineer certification as my next session. It will be on uh, October 30, about the same time, 6 p.m. Central European time and morning PDT or US time. Same time zone is just like at the end of the month on October 30. So if you want to join, we published the event on my user group. So feel free to join us. And that's my user group, Azure User Group Sweden. Some of you probably are already members. So if you're not, feel free to join. We host our events every 2 weeks on Saturdays when we have time. It's community driven, it's free for everybody, and we welcome all speakers or anybody that's new that has something to share. So, I believe in learn by doing. So learn with the community, learn hands-on yourself. But it's always good to learn with someone or with the community. So learn by doing. I gave you the overview right now of what it is, and I look forward when it's going to be in GA. And just use the tool to improve how you work. But I think for me, mostly is like learning how to enjoy the learning of like utilizing this Copilot on Azure itself. I am also part of the cloud certification crew with fellow MCTs, Thiago and Vilad. We help and guide those that are taking certifications. It's like a study community group for those that are interested in not just Azure, but also AI and 365 certification. So if you're not part of that learning room, feel free to join us. Do I have any questions aside from saying hi from friends? No questions? Very quiet. I think I My, I think I take silence as no. But anyway, no questions. I'm watching. All right, no questions. Well, so no questions from everybody. So I just want to thank everyone. I see some like watchers, lots watchers, and it's gonna be more maybe recorded. So I got a questions. Let's see. I was quick at least. Do you have any links? Oh no, I got some questions. Oh, okay, okay. Um, Yeah, I do have any links. Let me see. I did have some links for learning. Did I do? Did I miss that? Did I? Let's see. I did have that. Let me see. Sorry about that. Let me see. Double check my PowerPoint. I did prepare some links. Uh, okay. I think I know. Sorry guys. Sorry, I did accidentally deleted that learning resource. Adisola, I will get back to you. I will post this presentation on my LinkedIn, and I will also add you my recommended one. But I know that one of the recommendations I have that I remember that I accidentally deleted is the Microsoft AI Skills Challenge that you can access. Let me see. I can send the link. Let me see. And then I have more questions. I'll answer it soon. This is one is the AI Skills Challenge, and I know that there's one Copilot video series that I think is good to watch. Let me see. Uh, I'm googling now. To get back the link I wanted to share that I accidentally deleted when I migrated. Let's see. I think. Let's see. This one. Okay, this one. I found it. I found it. Here. So here is also Copilot. I'm typing Copilot in Azure video series. I think that one is also good. So that one. Let me show it. That one. And then another one is the Microsoft AI Skills Challenge. So you have the challenge until November 1. I'm taking one of them, so this is also a good one. And I think I got more question. Let's see. When Adele Aziz asked, when is Copilot for Azure expected to go general availability? I don't have the answer that at least I can share. But if it's preview, usually when after they have tested all the features and it's ready for GA, it should be available then. But and when it will be, I have no answer for that. But what I can recommend is to follow this site. I'm not sure if you've seen this, Adele. Um, there's a website called Azure Updates. So in this one, you can actually keep watch of the RSS feeds for any updates related to Azure, and then you can even filter it by category. And I think it's a good site to keep track of the updates. Okay, let's see if I have more questions. No more questions. All right, no more questions. Think it's time for me to say goodbye then and eat some dinner. Yes. Okay. All right. Let's see. Yes, you're welcome, Adisola. Thank you. So thank you so much, everyone. I do appreciate your time with me. I see I got like a lot of people watching me right now live, and I think there will be more. during the end of the stream. But as I said, keep learning, and don't forget to do the AI skills challenge, because it's one of the skills that we really need to learn today, especially in terms of AI generation that we have today. So we need to build intelligent apps that are secure, and we are building responsibility for us and also for our users. So thank you so much, everyone, and see you again on the 30th of October with the session I have with Hokan with AI 900 study tips. So have a great one. Thank you. Bye bye.